Good morning. My iPad nearly just fell off my easel. Oh, because I put the microphone down and the charging cable was in the arm of that. Oh, welcome to my live stream, which I just scheduled a couple minutes ago, because tonight Andrew Cadima is joining us on the Drawn Together show, a return guest and a dear friend. I've been re-listening to our conversation with him from a year and a half ago, and I don't know how many people are going to catch this live because this is an unusual time for me to live stream, but I want to put in my daily drawing practice today on my channel, and in 9 hours time we're going to be drawing sitting together with Andrew Cadima, the wonderful, amazing, seriously super incredible Andrew Cadima, who I appreciate so much. So come on over to the Drawn Together YouTube channel tonight. I hope it's at Drawn Together Show on YouTube. You'll find us that way. There's also another Drawn Together show, which leads to some confusion. But yeah, getting in early today to get this right. Maybe I don't know if I can. There are some people watching. Say hello. Who's here? I think it's like this. Together show. I'll put it in the chat. I think if you look for at Drawn Together show, or if you search Drawn Together Andrew Cadima, episode 51, Andrew is joining us in 9 hours time. Ed is here. So cool, Ed. There's going to be a VIP after party of the Andrew Cadima show and all Drawn Together shows in future. Phoebe is here. 6 a.m. where you are. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us so early in the morning. Yeah, so 6 a.m. now, so in 9 hours time, we're going to be drawing live with Andrew, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to use. Last time, I did oil painting, and it was the first time I'd painted in oil in 6 years, and I used some paints that were very difficult to use, but I was wondering if I should do oil painting again, and Sabra suggested that I use, Ed will be there, so good. Sabra suggested I use yellow and purple, so I'm going to, because they have different values, whereas the 10 minutes, let's just start drawing now, okay? I don't know if we'll even be able to see this yellow in here. Oh yeah, we can, that's good. Sabra suggested yesterday, how about using yellow and purple? So I used like blue and red last time when Andrew joined us, and Andrew said, oh, that's going to be really hard because they are the same value colors. So it was really hard. And I'm considering using oils again today. I'll have to take my paintbrushes out of the freezer and yeah, maybe I'll have more success with yellow and purple. So it's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. Andrew's great. I've been re-listening to our conversation, and I watched a video of him with Studio Slew where he recently gave a live workshop, and he posted a full-length video painting tutorial. Hello Maxine, nice to have you here. Posted this full-length painting process video last week, which is amazing. And yeah, so there's a lot going on, and I'm really looking forward to catching up. This drawing so far, I feel like, doesn't look a lot like Andrew, but I had this idea because Sabra was said do yellow and purple, so I thought maybe if I do it with pencils now, that could work too. And we're in the shadow shapes month, so there are some cool shadow shapes in this reference. I hope for this brief time frame this is a good choice, what I'm doing at the moment. Wetting it will slow down the process a bit, but I guess I can focus on some other areas. There we go, yellow Andrew. How's everyone doing? Nice to have Ed, Phoebe, and Maxine in the chat. If you're watching the replay, I would love you to say hello in the comments. Let me know if you're joining us tonight. Ed's going to be there. So the new format, if you're not familiar with it, or maybe you've never heard of it, the Drawn Together Show is a draw-along live stream podcast conversation where we have amazing guests on while we're working on their portrait. It's going to be episode 51, which is pretty amazing. And Andrew was with us for episode 34 as well. And the new format is that we're going to keep the live streams to 1 hour. So the last conversation we had with Andrew was 3.5 hours. And now we're keeping the live stream to 1 hour, and there's going to be an after party in Zoom. And people who support the show via Patreon become Patreon VIPs and have access to the after parties. So it's an amazing opportunity to be able to talk to Shannon and myself, but also our esteemed guests, and also just to have conversations between whoever is at the party. Like, everyone is invited to speak, no one has to, but it's a continuation of the live stream where you'll still see the three of us at work working on our portraits, and yeah, you'll, rather than just typing into the live chat, you'll be able to just talk. So I like to think of it as like sitting around a table together, making art and talking about whatever comes up. And Shannon and I are really happy with this idea of the after party format, which combines the fun of the live stream and having wonderful guests and the fun of Zoom and just hanging out and being able to be together, share time together, and really connect. And it is a wonderful opportunity to connect. Like the live streams we've had in the past, like, I've really made so many friends from the Drawn Together show, which has been amazing. Friends amongst art heroes, and also, it's so interesting to take a step away from the kind of social media presentation, and actually hear people speak, and hear about what's alive for them here. As in the case of our last conversation, there were fighter jets flying over Andrew's house in San Francisco, which was loud and added an extra level of excitement to our conversation. So who knows what random things come up and in what ways we're able to deepen our appreciation of each other through these live sessions. Oh wow, this is only like 5 minutes so far. I'm surprised this is working out. Is it? Let me see this yellow. I'll get darker with it. Okay. So I know there are not many of you in the live chat, but in the live chat, all the conversations, who saw our last chat with Andrew? Maybe some of you were there. Maybe you weren't. But as I've been doing housework and a bit of exercise this morning, I've been listening. And it's really fun to revisit. A new thing in our new format is, because we only have an hour time, which feels like it's hardly enough time to have a conversation compared to the 3.5 that we had last time. We won't be doing the glorious introduction phase, which we used to do, where I'd share a lot of art, but there is a replay up on the Drawn Together show and also on this channel of the last conversation where I shared a lot of Andrew's art. And we had like the first, I think, 20 minutes or half an hour, we were just looking at his work and talking about it, and that was really fun. So that, if you'd like to watch the replay, then you get to have an impression of some of his work, and also of some of the topics that we covered last time. And I don't really know what we're going to be talking about today. He's been doing so much cool stuff since then. He's just such a prolific and inspiring painter, so it's going to be really cool. We'd love to have you join the fun. Ed, you saw a third of it. My advice, although I know not everyone likes it, is that if you want to listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks, you can put it up to double speed. And that is how I am able to consume so many conversations and so many books and stuff. Or 1.8, it depends on how fast, how much you're able to process what's being said. But if you put it up to double speed, 1/3 would be 2/3. and that's something I often do. Just listen to things really fast. And whenever Kira hears me listening to podcasts, she's like, how can you even follow along with that? But I can. And I enjoy being able to listen to so many informative and inspiring and important things. And you can also listen to our last conversation on Spotify. In podcast, the Drawn Together Show, we have a Spotify podcast, and not every episode we've ever had is up there, but a lot of them are. My plan is eventually to have everything everywhere, but it's all just spend so much time doing all of this stuff. Did you see the first third, Ed? Did you get to see the introduction with all of his amazing work and stuff? So who here has an opinion on whether I should use oil paints tonight working on Andrew's portrait? I don't know. We moved house. I don't know where my first portrait of Andrew is, the oil painting, because I thought it would be interesting to kind of learn from my previous choices. Yeah, and re-listening to the conversation, it's amazing. Like Andrew, he's a really good teacher as well. Like we have just a conversation. There's all this like wonderful, random stuff that we're talking about, and then he would just throw in some insight into the painting process, and it's like really informative, and he's great to learn from. All right, 10 minutes is nearly done. This has been fun. Thank you, especially to those of you who managed to get on here for the impromptu live stream. So usually I'm streaming in the evenings, Central European time, and now is not evening. So thank you for jumping on here. Maxine would love me to use oil paint. There we go. And yeah, Fred, not Fred, Ed. Ed saw the intro. It was quite a good intro. Like it's so nice looking through his work, and he does so many different amazing things. And his like the diachromatic painting is just one facet of what he does, and there are so many great pieces that he's done. So it was that intro from the first chat we had that was really fun to put together, and it's really fun to revisit as well. All right, so 10 minutes is up. That's it for this warm-up, and I hope this has helped me get ready for tonight's live stream. And it's nice to chat with you. Great to have you here. What is my favorite painting medium? I'm very comfortable with ink wash and watercolor. I feel like they're very similar, and those are two that I really like. I do like Cindy. Missed some of the live part. That's all right. Can watch the replay if you like. I like so many media. And I had a phase where I was all into it. Was all oil painting, and that phase ended. Ended when I had kids, actually, because it's like the whole tidy up and the potentially hazardous materials that we use when oil painting. It was something I wanted to get away from. So then I pivoted to making and using natural inks, and then yeah, last year I did a bunch of watercolor stuff, which I'd also really like to get back to. I'd like to get back to everything. I'd like to. It's possible to make your own oil pigments as well, and there are like natural oil pigments which are made from, roasted earth and different minerals of varying kind of toxicity. The safe ones are the ones I would like to use. I'd like everyone to be safe while making art. Here we go. Great impression and color composition. Thank you very much, Cindy. That is a vote of confidence for this color combination, and maybe be able to join tonight. So in just under 9 hours, it's going to be the Drawn Together show with Andrew Cadima. And then after an hour of live stream, we're going to switch to Zoom and celebrate the after party. So check out the Drawn Together Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, like and subscribe to this channel too if it's your first time here. And I'll just see if I can. I'm not going to hang out here looking for links and stuff. That will turn this 10-minute portrait into a long and tedious live stream. So yeah, just find your way over to the Drawn Together show. We're really looking forward to drawing with Andrew. Would love to have you there. And thank you for being here right now for this live stream. It's really great. I love drawing together and appreciate you all being here. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And see you at the Drawn Together show.